Hey y'all, today I'm going to be doing a tag video. I was tagged by Autumn Beckman. Thank you very much. She's soon to be one of the many folks that live in Oregon, one of my neighbors. So tagged by Autumn, and I believe this tag, she said, was created by Jessie and the Bags, who I have never come across, and I'm very anxious to go and search through all of their content and see what all they have out there to explore. So this tag is about the bags I've been influenced to buy and who influenced me to buy them. Stick around. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My channel is about treating yourself to a little bit of luxury, whether that be your favorite fragrance, skincare, makeup, your monstrous giant cup of coffee that I can't live without, or what I'm here to talk about today is handbags that I was influenced to buy. And I'm gonna narrow it down to 5, but quite honest, I mean, if I'm being honest, probably everything I have in here has been influenced in some way, shape, or form by another YouTuber, because that's the whole reason I came onto YouTube in the first place, was to find out about whether it was a smart decision to switch over to higher end handbags. I mean, I've always admired them from afar, but for the most part, it was just like, you know, how is this any better than, you know, a Coach or Michael Kors or what have you product. So while I've always admired, you know, Chanel and Louis Vuitton and Hermes from afar, I just always made excuses and was buying other things to scratch that itch, as they say. So I finally took the jump of several years ago, and one of the first things I bought, one of the first bags that really intrigued me. It wasn't my first LV purchase. My first LV purchase was this Speedy down here. I got it off of Tradesy way back, probably like 10 years ago now, but that was my first purchase. But one I bought off of YouTube, and what was influenced me was the person who tagged me. So Autumn Beckman, I started watching her pretty early on this journey, because I'm not rich, never have been, and while I'm comfortable, I look for deals. I want to bargain. I want the best price on something, and really do my research. And she had a lot of content about how to get things at a discount, and I was watching a lot of her content about Speedies. That was the kind of the bag that I was looking for at the time. So after having that one for a while, I was looking for either like an Epi or possibly a monogram one, and I know that she had some videos about purchasing some off of eBay and how the condition was, and getting them possibly refurbished through the boutiques. So anywho, down the rabbit hole we went for many years. And on my birthday, 2019, she had a vlog sale. And it just so happens that one of the purses that she had and done tons of videos on, and I admired very much, she finally was going to move on from that purse. And that was this bag right here. So Trevi, I typically call them by their model name, but some of them have other names as well. But Trevi, it was the Trevi GM, and it was to the point where it was too heavy for her. And then it also had some, I'm not gonna call it disfigurements, but some imperfections, some slight imperfections that she wasn't exactly in love with anymore. And so she was willing to pass it on, and I got a great price on it, and I didn't have a problem with her imperfections. So I have had her ever since. So that was my birthday present to me in 2019. I picked it up and have loved her very much ever since. She stays out all the time, and I don't care for her well. I'm so sorry. She has an organizer in her, and she's always got stuff in her, because I tend to grab her probably once a month for at least some outing. So she's in heavy rotation. So she's always out and running around with me all the time. So that was the first one that she influenced me to buy. The next one was actually, I'll walk over here, was this one. And she actually has a different version of it, but this Mahina here, she has the small and she might have sold it recently. I think with our move, she sold it. But she had this one in, I think, the extra small, and I had the extra large. But the color just, I loved it. It was just so pretty. So when this came up on Rebag, I believe I bought it. I believe it's Rebag. I have a video on it. I'll link it. I got a smoking deal for it. It was going to be a work bag. I was on a journey to buy a crossbody strap for it. It's got these D-rings on the side here. So it was going to be something I was going to get a lot of use out of. And in the end, while it fit everything I needed to take to work, it just ended up just being way too heavy with all the things in it. So I still carry it. Take it out. It's beautiful leather. I mean, squishy, beautiful leather. It's just a little much. So if I had to do it over again, I would get the size that Autumn had, the extra small. And that one had a really nice long strap, adjustable crossbody strap, I believe, and not the handles. So I liked her version more overall. So I still love it. Won't get rid of it, but I'm thinking about getting a smaller version just because I like the versatility of the smaller version. Okay, so the final bag that I was influenced to buy, and this came after, I don't know if she was a partner or what. She had a ton of Anafil bags for quite some time, and mostly they were Birkin dupes, some Kelly dupes, but she had a vlog sale about a year or so ago and picked up this one, and it was the only one left. I was trying to get one of the Birkin dupes, but they all sold before I could get to it. So I ended up getting this one, which reminded me of the Kelly. And I'm glad I did, because this one, while I like it, I don't regret paying what I paid for it. It was, I think, $200. I can't remember the exact price, but I now know I am not a Kelly girl. So I do not like the fussiness of a Kelly. So I don't care for the fact that you'd have to do it up pretty much every time. The Birkin has always been the bag I wanted, and this one, while I'm sure you could get around like carrying it like that, it just seems like it's gonna, your stuff's gonna fall out of it, right? And the Birkin has two handles, doesn't have the crossbody or a long strap, so that's a bummer. But in the end, I think I'm a Birkin. That's my bag, a Birkin. I do love the closure, and of course they have the same type of apparatus, so they're very similar. It's just, in the end, I think the Birkin is just more my style, and I'm glad that I did this and was influenced to purchase this, because it gave me clarity as to where I would go on my journey to Hermes if and when I finally do that. So that's that one. I'll do that up later and put it back up on its hanger. A lot similar peekaboo, you know, kind of thing. So the peekaboo, I think, is a little bit more my style. It's like halfway between a Kelly and a Birkin. So anyway, off I digress. So the next thing, not long after the Trevi in 2019, I came across Isabel at 50 Plus Luxury Style, and she had some videos on some of the first bags she acquired and things that she had done to either get them repaired or how she's used them. And this is the one that she influenced me to buy, which is the bucket bag. And I got a screaming deal. It was Fashion File. Yeah, Fashion File. She had hers, the lining completely replaced. I think all of the cut replaced, the straps replaced, everything. I think it was like the whole thing, except for, you know, obviously you can't replace the canvas, but she basically had the whole bag rehabbed, excuse me, and really reasonable at the time. So when I heard about that and I came across one at a really good deal, I thought, oh, I'm gonna send it in and get it repaired. But this wasn't in that bad a condition. The one thing that I think the worst condition, I mean, it has the spotting and stuff down there. The worst condition were really these straps, and that wasn't enough to make me want to take it in. And the lining was in great condition. Nothing wrong with it at the time. However, since then, take out some of this for paper. Since then, it started to bubble, and there have been some tears and things, and I rarely carry this bag anymore. What I discovered after using it for some time was I'm not a shoulder bag. See, this is what happens with me with shoulder bags. I don't have prominent shoulders to keep them up, so I'm really a hand carry or crossbody kind of gal. So because these straps are like this, if you keep them shorter, these start to curl, and that's not a look you want. You can kind of see right here, that's curling right there a little bit. So if you keep these on a shorter notch, which is like the hand carry length, you'll have a lot of curl, which is not what I want. So there are some replacement handles on Amazon that I'm considering to just do like almost like a speedy type of handle on there. That's a thought, but right now it's just a bag I'm not carrying, and it's still lovely, thick canvas, beautiful. I carry the pochette that came with it all the time. It's in my Neverfull. Use it every time I carry that bag. So it's a lovely bag. It's just no longer in heavy rotation, but heavily influenced by Isabel, and she has a great channel. Love her style, love everything about what she brings to YouTube. So thank you, Isabel, for influencing me, even though I don't carry it very often. So there's that one. So next is my Saint Laurent, and this came about because of Classics with a Quirk, and she had unboxed about a year ago, I want to say now, it's sometime in mid 22, that she purchased this clutch, but in a beautiful green color. She's a green lover, and I am a purple lover. So when she bought it, she purchased it with the intent of making it into a handbag. So this is a clutch with a wristlet, and she immediately in that video talked about how she was going to find some way to make it into a crossbody bag, and I was like, sold, gotta have it. And at the time when I went to Saint Laurent, the boutique, I was either gonna buy the black with the gold hardware, or I was gonna get the black on black. And I saw both of them, and I was trying them on, and the sales associate was like combing through the bags looking for one that was in better condition, because the two that were on display were kind of scratched up, and this one just kind of, and I said, what? Literally, when, where, when did this come out? And he pulled it out, and he was just like, I'm not sure it's even a current color, but let me find out. And the one in the case was scratched up, so he said, let me see if I can order one for you. And they did, and it came, and it was beautiful, and still love it, still great. And I have some chains that I use with it, but I still carry it even as a wristlet too. But this one, just, I got it, I want to say January of this year is when I picked it up, so not very long, but it's just a really fun piece. I really enjoy using it. It carries exactly what I need, so my phone fits in it, some cards, just your basics, and it's just enough. So I'd love to have a bigger one, but I actually like it just as much as I like the wallet on chain. I think it's actually better, but they're both just as versatile. So thank you, Classics on a Quirk, for influencing me to purchase this one. Last but not least, Styled by Gwenny, and I think Winnie BLV has one too. But it was Styled by Gwenny that influenced me to get this one, because this would never be on my radar. I am not a mini bag kind of gal. Being as large as I am, tiny bag energy and we're not meant to be. But for whatever reason, every time I saw one of these, I was just like, these are so cute. I have to have one. So again, I know rebag is not anybody's friend right now, but this came at a really great price, really great deal, and I really wanted a little baguette, so I got this little tiny baguette. It was a really pretty off kind of white beige color, and then with the humongous pop of color in there, I don't know, I just loved it. So never in a million years would consider buying something like that, but I was 100% influenced or sent over the edge to look at a tiny bag because of Winnie and Gwenny. And it didn't come with a little chain. That's the only thing I think I'm kind of bummed about, that it didn't have that. It's more of a keychain version, but still love it. Still think it's cute, and it's gonna eventually go on the Fendi Peekaboo that I bought from Caleb in his blog sale, which I would include in this as being influenced, but it wasn't really. I've been looking for one of those for a really long time, this squishy peekaboos, and he just happened to be selling his that was in a color that I wanted, but I really wanted any of those for quite some time. So that's why that one didn't make this list. But anywho, so those were the bags that I was heavily influenced to buy and ended up buying. And I'm sure there's more somewhere up in my collection that I could probably pull down as well. And that's, I guess, kind of what we're all about. We're not necessarily forcing you to buy anything, but we certainly want you to make the best choice out there. So while I hate the word influencer, I hope it's used in the best way possible to say, this was a wise choice, this was a bad choice, this was worth it, this wasn't worth it, and it's an educational experience for you. So if you were influenced by anything, let me know, and I'd be happy to hear about it. If you have any questions about anything I have, happy to answer any questions as well. Thanks so much. Check out everybody else's video as well. I'll link as many as I can and find below. I'll definitely tag the people who have tagged me and who have influenced me. But if there's anyone else, please do share away. Thanks. Take care. Bye.